Learning styles vary from one person to the next, and no two people learn in the same way. However, studies of groups of individuals and learning styles has resulted in terms being coined to describe different types of learners, such as active, reflective, sensory, intuitive, visual, verbal, sequential, global. Active learners enjoy working in groups and like to try various solutions to problems in order to find out what works. They prefer to handle objects and to do physical experiments. Reflective learners prefer to figure out a problem on their own. They think things through, evaluate the various options, and learn by analysis. Sensory learners look for facts first and prefer concrete, practical, and procedural information. Intuitive learners look for the meaning and prefer conceptual, innovative, and theoretical information. Visual learners understand drawings, for example a spider diagram that represents information. Verbal learners like to hear or read information and understand best explanations that use words. Sequential learners need information presented in a linear and orderly manner. They piece together the details to understand the bigger picture. Global learners need the bigger picture first, then fill in the details systematically. This is called holistic approach to learning. A number of models have been developed to describe how people study, how they perceive information, how they process information, and how they organize and present what they have learned. The perception stage relies on sight, visual cues, hearing, auditory cues, other sensations including touch, temperature and movement, kinesthetic cues. Each of these three types of cues, visual, auditory and kinesthetic, appeals to some people but not to others, so the way in which information is presented can affect how people perceive it. An auditory learner is most comfortable absorbing information that they've heard or discussed. A kinesthetic learner prefers to learn through practical classes and hands-on activity rather than reading books and listening to lectures. Most people can learn using a mixture of visual, auditory and kinesthetic cues. Having required information, how you process it mentally by thinking about it and memorizing it can also vary. With grasping facts, you might prefer to deal with concrete practical examples, or you might be happier with abstract conceptual and generalization. In ordering information, some people prefer to receive the facts in a logical, sequential way so they can build up a picture one step at a time. Others prefer an overview straight away so they can grasp the bigger picture first, then focus on the details. Some people engage with the information that they have gathered by experimentation, while others prefer to let things sink in through reflective observation. In organizing what you know, you may adopt a holistic overview or engage in details and logic analysis. When presenting information to share with others, you might tend to give verbal explanations while someone else might use images. A number of quiz-type analysis has been devised to help people to identify their prevailing learning style. Your answers to a number of seemingly simple questions build up a profile of you, and you can then give feedback as to what learning style suits you best. Tutors are trained to recognize learning styles and should present information to their classes in a variety of ways so that all learners benefit, regardless of their preferred learning style. However, if you find it difficult to grasp a subject or find a lesson boring, you might need to adapt your way of listening or note-taking as to make the best of the lesson. For example, if your tutor presents you with a handout that you find it hard to understand, try and translate the facts into a tubular format or a spider diagram, or present the data in some other way that makes it clear to you. The onus is on you to make the most of whatever your tutor presents, but giving feedback to the tutor may help them too. Ask questions if anything is not clear. Offer the tutor your version of the data. They may suggest giving a copy of what you have produced to other learners. Similarly, you might learn from others how to take notes or represent the information they get from the tutor. Because each individual has his or own preferred learning style, the way in which a team of people learn can be quite complex. Presented with a brief, such as an A4 sheet of written instructions, some of the team will quickly grasp the facts of the problems to be solved. Others will need it explaining differently, perhaps by using a diagram or talking it through. As long as each person understands what is expected before work commences, the team should prove effective. However, any communication between the team members needs to take into account variation of preferred learning styles. Otherwise, misunderstandings can occur which may hinder progress.